Welcome to Senior Wellness. Welcome to Senior Wellness. I am Dr. Michael Smith. Did you know that according to the CDC, 1 in every 4 Americans over the age of 65 falls each year? 1 in 4. Now, think about why that happens. Often, it's not because of a slippery floor or a misplaced rug. It begins much earlier, with a quiet feeling, a loss of trust in our own legs. It's that feeling when you wake up and your legs feel stiff, heavy, like they don't quite belong to you. It's the hesitation at the top of the stairs. It's the extra effort it takes to get out of a deep, comfortable chair. As a doctor who has dedicated my entire career to the health and vitality of older adults, let me be perfectly clear. That is not just getting older. That is a warning signal. It's an early, quiet alarm for a condition called sarcopenia, age-related muscle loss. It doesn't arrive with a bang. It creeps in silently, stealing your strength, eroding your balance, and ultimately, putting your precious independence at risk. But what if I told you that we can, and we must, respond to that signal? That science has shown us a clear path to rebuilding that strength and stability, not in years, but often, in just a matter of weeks. And it doesn't always require grueling exercise or expensive therapies. It starts by giving your body the specific, fundamental building blocks it has been silently crying out for. In today's video, we are going to explore a power trio, 3 essential vitamins that work in perfect harmony to rebuild the very foundation of your physical freedom. We won't just name them, we'll understand their mission inside your body. This isn't based on guesswork. This is grounded in clinical studies and decades of seeing real people, just like you, get their lives back. So, stay with me until the very end, because I'll share a simple, actionable plan to use this trio effectively, including one crucial detail most people get wrong. Before we begin, if you believe in creating a stronger, healthier future for yourself, please click that like button to support our mission, and subscribe to Senior Wellness for practical science-backed strategies designed for this chapter of your life. Let's begin the journey to restoring the power in your legs. Starting right now, let's begin with the nutrient I consider the master architect of your musculoskeletal system: vitamin D3. Now, many of you hear vitamin D and immediately think bone health. And you're absolutely right. It's essential for helping your body absorb calcium to keep your bones strong. But its role is so much more profound, especially when it comes to the muscles in your legs. Think of vitamin D3, not just as a vitamin, but as a powerful signaling hormone. It's like the master conductor of an orchestra, ensuring your nerves, muscles, and skeleton all play in perfect harmony. When the conductor is absent, the music becomes chaotic and weak. So, here's the critical issue for those of us over 60. Our body's ability to produce and utilize this master architect declines dramatically. Why? First, our skin, which produces vitamin D3 from sunlight, becomes thinner and less efficient. Second, our lifestyles often change, and we may spend more time indoors. And third, our internal machinery, specifically our liver and kidneys, becomes less effective at converting it into its active form. The result is a silent energy crisis within your body. Your systems begin to operate on a low-power mode. Your muscles weaken, your legs feel heavy, and most dangerously, your balance begins to fail. You are, in essence, running on a low battery, all because of a lack of this fundamental nutrient, the quiet whispers of deficiency. How can you tell if your D3 levels are running low? It's not just about aches and pains, it's about function. Imagine you're taking a heavy roasting pan out of a low oven. Do you feel that strain in your thighs and back? That's not just a heavy pan. That's a sign your core and leg muscles don't have the foundational strength they need. The signals include a noticeable weakness in your thighs, particularly when trying to stand up from a low chair or getting out of a car. A general sense of fatigue that isn't relieved by a good night's sleep. Achy bones, or a deep, dull pain in your hips, lower back, or heels. Difficulty with balance, or a new feeling of unsteadiness when you turn or step quickly. And some people even experience subtle mood changes, like mild anxiety or trouble sleeping. Many people dismiss these as the inevitable aches and pains of aging. But more often than not, they are the first whispers of a significant vitamin D3 deficiency. What does the science say? This isn't just a theory. It's backed by compelling evidence. A landmark study from the University of Birmingham in the UK looked at older adults with low D3 levels. After just 5 days of supplementation with 800 IU of vitamin D3, participants saw an average 19% increase in their leg power. Imagine that. A nearly 20% boost in strength in less than a week. Another study published in China found that seniors who combined a D3 supplement with even minimal exercise showed significant improvements in both leg power and balance, reducing their risk of falls. Researchers at Harvard's Geriatric Research Center delivered a stark warning. Older adults with low vitamin D3 levels were 40% more likely to suffer a fall or require hospitalization compared to those with adequate levels. The message from the scientific community is crystal clear. Vitamin D3 doesn't just protect your bones, it protects your independence. So, how do we get this master architect back on the job? For most adults over 60, experts recommend a daily intake of 800 to 1,000 international units, or IU. For individuals with a history of falls, diagnosed osteoporosis, or clear signs of frailty, I often recommend a higher dose of 1,500 to 2,000 IU per day, but this should always be done under medical guidance. Timing is everything. Take your vitamin D3 in the morning or early afternoon with a meal that contains healthy fats, like eggs, avocado, full-fat yogurt, or a drizzle of olive oil. D3 is fat-soluble, meaning it needs fat to be absorbed properly. Taking it late at night can sometimes interfere with sleep. Can you get enough from food? Realistically, for most seniors, it's very difficult. A 3.5-ounce serving of salmon has around 500 IU. A glass of fortified milk has about 100 IU. One egg has only 40 IU. You would need to eat an impractical amount of these foods every single day. This is why a high-quality supplement is often the most reliable and effective strategy. If you are over 60, spend limited time outdoors, have felt unsteady, or have joint pain. A vitamin D3 supplement should be a top priority. It's the switch that reactivates the muscle systems that have been slowly powering down. When taken correctly, you can feel a tangible difference: stronger lifts, lighter steps, and a renewed sense of confidence with every move you make. Now that we've discussed the architect of your strength, let's talk about the communication network. If vitamin D3 rebuilds the muscle, vitamin B12 ensures that the signals from your brain arrive instantly and accurately. We often associate B12 with energy and memory, but its most underappreciated role is maintaining the health of your nervous system. Think of your nerves. as a vast network of high-speed fiber optic cables connecting your brain to every part of your body. Vitamin B12 is responsible for creating and maintaining the protective coating around these cables, called the myelin sheath. When your B12 levels are low, this protective insulation begins to fray, and the first symptoms of a bad connection often appear in your extremities, your hands, and most commonly, your legs and feet. When the signal gets fuzzy, let me tell you more about my patient Carol. Carol's passion was quilting. Her hands, once so nimble and precise, started to feel clumsy. She'd drop her thimble, struggle to thread a needle, but the most frightening change was in her feet. When she walked, she described it as walking on pillows, a strange numbness that stole her ability to feel the texture of the ground. Her husband loved their evening walks, but Carol started making excuses to avoid them. She was terrified of tripping on an uneven patch of sidewalk she couldn't feel properly. Her world, once filled with vibrant creation and shared moments, began to shrink. All because the communication line between her brain and her feet was becoming fuzzy. The signs of a B12 deficiency can include tingling, numbness, or a pins and needles sensation in your feet or hands, a feeling that your legs are asleep or not quite listening to your commands, difficulty with balance, even on a flat surface, where you might find yourself reaching for walls or furniture to steady yourself, a subtle weakness or shakiness in the legs when standing for long periods. And beyond the physical, some people experience brain fog, memory lapses, or even mild depression. Why are seniors so vulnerable? Two primary reasons make B12 deficiency rampant in the over 60 population. The first reason is poor absorption. As we age, our stomachs produce less acid. This is compounded by the widespread use of acid-reducing medications like omeprazole or ranitidine. Vitamin B12 in food is bound to protein, and stomach acid is the key that unlocks it. With less acid, the key doesn't work, and the B12 passes through your system unabsorbed. The second reason is dietary changes. Vitamin B12 is found almost exclusively in animal products: meat, fish, eggs, and dairy. If you've reduced your meat consumption for health or ethical reasons, you're at a much higher risk of deficiency. Let's put that dietary challenge into perspective. What does a day of low B12 look like? It could be oatmeal for breakfast, a garden salad for lunch, and maybe pasta with a vegetable sauce for dinner. A perfectly healthy-sounding day, but one that contains almost zero vitamin B12. You can see how easily a deficiency can develop, even when you're trying to eat well. The scientific link to mobility is well documented. A study from Oxford University found that seniors with low B12 levels walked significantly slower, had poorer balance, and were more than twice as likely to fall in the following year compared to their peers with healthy levels. In a clinical trial published in the Journal of Gerontology, seniors with deficiency symptoms were given 1,000 micrograms of B12 daily. After just 8 weeks, they reported a significant reduction in numbness and instability, along with improved lower body strength and faster reaction times. B12 doesn't just clear your head, it keeps your body steady, coordinated, and under your complete control. For people over 60, I typically recommend a daily dose of 500 to 1,000 micrograms, or mcg. But here's a crucial detail. Look for the methylcobalamin form of B12. This is the active form that your body can use immediately, without having to convert it first. As our conversion abilities decline with age, using the active form is a much more effective strategy. It's available as sublingual tablets that dissolve under your tongue, sprays, or chewables, which can help bypass potential absorption issues in the stomach. Take it in the morning or with lunch. Is B12 safe? Absolutely. It's a water-soluble vitamin, which means your body simply excretes any excess it doesn't need. There is no known toxic level. It is one of the safest and most effective supplements for seniors. If you've been experiencing strange sensations, clumsiness, or balance issues, don't ignore them. Get your B12 levels checked. Restoring this vital communication link can feel like bringing your own body back online. Your muscles react faster, your steps feel more certain, and your confidence returns. We've laid the architectural foundation with vitamin D3 and secured the communication lines with vitamin B12. But a building with perfect wiring is useless without electricity. That's where our third crucial nutrient comes in. Vitamin B1, also known as thiamine. Thiamine is the spark plug. It is the direct source of energy for your muscles. If D3 builds the muscle and B12 tells it what to do, thiamine provides the raw fuel to make it happen. Without it, even with strong bones and clear nerves, your body's engine simply cannot run. What is thiamine, and why is it a game changer? Thiamine is the absolute cornerstone of energy metabolism. Its job is to convert the food you eat, especially carbohydrates, into the body's primary form of energy, a molecule called adenosine triphosphate, or ATP. Think of ATP as the universal currency of energy in your body. Every single muscle contraction, every breath, every thought costs ATP. Your leg muscles are the largest in your body, and they are massive consumers of this energy currency. When your thiamine levels are low, your ability to produce ATP plummets. Your muscles feel heavy, they fatigue with shocking speed, and they struggle to recover from even the slightest exertion. To understand this feeling, let me tell you about another patient. Robert. Robert didn't have the weakness of a D3 deficiency or the numbness of a B12 deficiency. He had a profound, deep-seated exhaustion. He was a social man who loved his weekly card game with his friends. But recently, the thought of just getting showered, dressed, and driving over to his friend's house felt like climbing a mountain. His mind was willing, but his body felt like it was made of lead. He'd sit in his chair, wanting to get up, but his muscles felt heavy, unresponsive, as if the tank was completely empty. This wasn't sleepiness. This was a cellular shutdown. This is the signature of thiamine fatigue. The early signs include an overwhelming physical exhaustion in the legs, even after minimal activity, muscle cramping, especially in the calves or feet after walking, a heavy, leaden sensation in your legs, as if you're dragging your limbs, becoming short of breath just from climbing a single flight of stairs. And some people experience mental fatigue, a lack of motivation, or even a loss of appetite. These are the classic signs of a sluggish muscle metabolism, and thiamine deficiency is very often the key culprit. Why does deficiency happen in seniors? Several factors conspire against our thiamine levels as we age. First, medications. This is a big one. Diuretics, or water pills, commonly prescribed for high blood pressure or heart conditions, cause the body to flush out thiamine through urine. The diabetes medication. Metformin can also interfere with its levels. Second, alcohol consumption. Even moderate, regular consumption of alcohol, like a daily glass of wine or beer, can severely impair the body's ability to absorb and utilize thiamine. And third, diet. A diet high in processed foods, which are stripped of their natural vitamins, can lead to low intake. If you're not regularly consuming whole grains, beans, and lentils, your supply may be inadequate. The research is illuminating. A 2021 study from Tokyo University examined over 300 older adults and found that more than 30% had suboptimal thiamine levels. These same individuals had significantly lower leg strength, slower walking speeds, and more frequent complaints of muscle fatigue. After supplementation, most showed a marked improvement in energy and stair climbing ability. In another study from the Journal of Neurological Sciences, patients suffering from chronic leg fatigue were given 100 milligrams of thiamine daily. After just 1 week, 82% reported improved endurance, and 68% reported less heaviness and pain in their legs. Thiamine is essential for a process called the Krebs cycle, your body's central energy-producing factory. With adequate thiamine, your muscle cells can produce ATP efficiently, allowing them to recover faster from activity and maintain their tone and strength throughout the day. It's like putting high-octane fuel into an engine that's been sputtering for years. The recommended daily allowance, or RDA, for thiamine is quite low, around 1.2 milligrams. However, for therapeutic benefit in seniors experiencing symptoms, a much higher dose is often used. Doctors frequently recommend 50 to 100 milligrams daily for those with fatigue or leg weakness. The good news? Like B12, thiamine is water-soluble. Any excess is safely excreted, making it one of the safest supplements. Take it in the morning with your breakfast to fuel your energy levels for the entire day. Thiamine may not get the same headlines as D3 or B12, but for seniors struggling with energy, muscle fatigue, or that heavy leg feeling, it can be the missing piece of the puzzle that makes all the difference. It refuels your muscles, restores your drive, and gives you the power to move through your day with ease and purpose. We've now explored the unique roles of our powerful trio: vitamin D3, the master architect; vitamin B12, the communication network; and thiamine, the cellular fuel. But their true power is unleashed when they work in synergy. The final question is, how do you combine them for maximum benefit? The key is simplicity and smart timing. Here is a sample daily regimen that I often recommend to my patients. Your morning power-up, to be taken with breakfast. First, vitamin D3, between 800 and 2000 IU. Take this with your breakfast, ensuring the meal includes a source of healthy fat like an egg, a slice of avocado, or some Greek yogurt. This is non-negotiable for proper absorption. Next, vitamin B1, or thiamine, between 50 and 100 milligrams. Take this at the same time. It will kickstart your cellular energy production, helping you feel more alert and ready for the day. Your midday boost, to be taken with lunch. Vitamin B12, methylcobalamin, between 500 and 1000 micrograms. Take your B12 with your midday meal. This timing helps support your alertness through the afternoon without any risk of interfering with your sleep. Remember to avoid taking it at the same time as coffee or hot tea, which can hinder its absorption. This simple schedule ensures your body gets the right nutrients, in the right forms, at the right times to optimize absorption and effectiveness. A word of caution on multivitamins. Now, you might be thinking, can't I just take a senior multivitamin? I urge you to be a discerning consumer. While convenient, many commercial multivitamins for seniors are woefully underdosed in these 3 specific nutrients. They may contain only a fraction of the therapeutic amounts we've discussed. Always turn the bottle around and read the label. Compare the amounts of D3, B12 and its form, and thiamine to the recommendations we've covered. Often, targeted, individual supplementation is a far more effective strategy. Let's take a moment and come back to that feeling we talked about at the beginning. That fear, that frustration, that quiet sense that your body is letting you down. I hope that after our journey today, you see that feeling not as an ending, but as a beginning, a signal to take action. We've seen how these three fundamental nutrients work together. They are not a magic pill, but they are a powerful tool to help your body do what it was designed to do: heal and strengthen itself. Whether you see yourself in the foundational weakness that holds you back in your chair, or in Carol's story, afraid to take a walk because of a loss of sensation, or like Robert, too physically exhausted to enjoy the life you love, please know that there is hope. Knowledge is the map, but you hold the keys to the car. The first step is always the most powerful one. And now, I want to make this personal for you. In the comments below, I'd love for you to do two things. First, tell us. Which of these stories resonated with you the most? Is it the D3 weakness, the B12 numbness, or the B1 fatigue? Sharing this helps us all feel less alone. And second, what is one small, powerful step you will commit to this week? Maybe it's talking to your doctor. Maybe it's researching a quality supplement. Maybe it's simply adding a B12-rich food to your lunch. Your journey inspires our entire community. Thank you for investing this precious time in your health today. Remember, you have the power to write the next chapter of your story, one filled with strength, confidence, and freedom. Be sure to subscribe so we can continue this journey together. Now, go out there, fuel your body, take care of your legs, and keep moving forward. One powerful, confident step at a time.